o'clock. Okay, I'm going to go cook lunch. I'll be back.
Good morning.
We're back. Who were those two good-looking guys at the beginning of that intro? You missed them.
I know, I missed them.
I'm not sure. I think it was George Clooney and Brad Pitt, but I could be mistaken.
So, happy January, James.
Happy New Year. We're here.
Let's do 1 month at a time.
January.
Let's be conservative.
January is named for the Roman god Janus.
Yep.
Who the Romans used to make prayers to the beginning of each year, and that's
That's great.
I was going to talk about New Year's resolutions today, and every culture has them. The West, the East.
Oh yeah.
It's in religious practices, and a lot of people make them. It's a big deal. People.
So, are you saying is that what we're going to talk about, James? The New Year resolution, which the New Year resolution only lasts a few weeks, right?
That's right. That's right. It should be called a January resolution. This is my resolution. This is my resolution for the first week of January. I'm going to get in shape and save money.
It has to do something with memory.
Yeah, but I forget what it is.
Yeah. After a few weeks, you're like, what was I?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, most New Year's resolutions they fall by the wayside. The biggest ones, they say, they've done polls. People have done polls. People that seem to have way too much time on their hand actually go out and do polls about what kind of resolutions people make. And apparently the biggest one, the three biggest ones are, the first one is to get in shape, start going to the gym, doing all that. Number 2 is weight loss. Yep. And I think 3, it has to do with finances, like saving money, making more money.
The funny thing is we have every year at Kitchen on Fire, and it's funny, we see that trend. Everybody registers for a 12-week series, for the nutrition classes, all this stuff. But the first few months, when it's full, and then it kind of dies out when the summer comes. It's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Well, I have a great idea for a business. I think we should open a health club, but only just open it for the last week of December and the first week of January, just to take subscriptions.
Yeah.
And then when everybody signs up and pays the money, we can just go, because no one's going to show up anyway. So
I know, right?
I never perfect
to my membership.
It'd be a perfect business. So why do people make resolutions? I guess it's a new year, it's a fresh start. People think, I want to start. This is a good time to turn over a new leaf. But it's such an arbitrary date because the calendar's kind of arbitrary. Right. I always thought the winter solstice would be a better time to make resolutions, but
it's funny. This comic, there was a comic who was saying, I think it's CK. He was saying, that Christian won. They won. And the person is like, why? He's like, well, what year is it?
Yeah, right.
It's 2000 after what?
Right. For anyone keeping score, it's Jews, 5,780, Christians, 2021. So they are way ahead of us. That's and funny. It's not even halftime.
I know.
So, yeah.
So
New
what's
Year's
your
resolutions?
So I didn't take any resolution because the reason is this.
Because your life is perfect.
I made resolutions before that I never kept. So I'm going to go back to the one I wanted to do years ago and finish this one first, right? And then I go to the next one.
My New Year's resolution is to gain weight. And so far I've been successful.
Okay. That's good.
I've resolved to make less money. Again, success.
Stay home more often.
I resolved to grow older. I'm 3 out of 3 right now. So
yeah, so you're good.
I'm doing well. I don't know why people can't keep their resolutions. I'm doing great.
My new resolution is I don't take any more resolution. This is my resolution.
Yeah, no resolutions. It's a walk-in business only.
And actually, you know what? This year, I think we're going to keep. We're going to need to make that resolution last forever. You have to be healthy. The only thing
Yes.
people have to worry today is being healthy. That's all you have to worry about. Nothing else counts. Your body is more important than anything in the world. You need to really, really think about this and pay attention to your body. And that's why
Yeah,
we have this show. We're going to talk about a lot of those questions. And
that's
today,
right.
what's the
Well, speaking of the new year and staying healthy, it has occurred to me that it is a incredible phenomenon how many people order food to go, are living on
oh yeah,
food to
no,
go through this
it's
shutdown. And not
insane.
only prepared food to go, but ordering their groceries online. I mean,
And anything.
that's been a thing for a while, but now it's stepped up to where people are. I've got two stepchildren, my stepdaughter and her husband, and my stepson and his wife. None of them have been in a grocery store since the lockdown. They've ordered
Wow.
everything online.
And I have to go
Um,
because I have to shop all the time, but that's fine. I'm fine.
yeah, I go to the market. I do all the marketing for us, and
The marketing is that called marketing? I don't think
yeah,
that's called. I
sales. I
don't
do all the
think.
sales and marketing for our house. But I like going. I don't like someone picking out my food. I want to
I know,
pick out
but
my own food.
some
Although
people are really worried.
the food they get is good. My daughter orders from the Good Egg, and they get nice stuff. But I also like to support the local businesses around
Yeah,
me.
exactly,
I like to
exactly.
go to the local butcher, which is actually the name of our local butcher is the local butcher.
Right, right.
I like to go to local stores and shops and buy things. So, but whatever. But I'm careful when I do it. I'm very careful not to drop things on the way home, and I've so far been pretty successful. So there you go.
So James, what is today we have three subjects that
Well,
we need
the
to get
next
on
one I
with.
was going to do was answer a question. This is one of the questions we had from
All right.
Kitchen on
So
Fire students.
let's finish that New Year's resolution for 3 minutes. We have 3 more minutes.
Okay. What's
So
your New Year's resolution?
I
To
don't have
not.
any. I
Oh,
stopped making those because it's like you said, it doesn't matter. Like it's exciting because you start a new year and you're like, my resolutions are as I need them. Let's say I have something I need for November. I need to do something. This is my resolution. Then something comes in February. I'm gonna make sure that I make a new resolution. This is how I work my resolutions. It has to need to do with the calendar. It has to do with the need. If I
right.
need to do something for my business or turn around my business right now, that's the resolution is how we're going to survive. And restaurant and stuff like that, this is the resolution. How do I make it happen? How do I make something fun for people to come online to see me? How can I make my classes more efficient? So it's very, very targeted to what I need today.
Mhm.
The moment I need it, I'm not going to wait, December 31st when I need something right now. So this is the way I think. But
My resolution is to look fabulous in a Speedo by July. I think I can do
wow.
it. I think the way I'll do it is just to not buy a Speedo.
You can also do that. You can buy Photoshop. Photoshop is
That
a really good software, and it will do the trick.
that's the
Like
beautiful
really
thing
well.
about social media is you don't actually have to be yourself.
Yeah, you can be anybody, and that's the thing they were saying that the social media is actually killing the individualism because you are actually showing a fake person instead of showing yourself. And then the problem is you look at something that is a mirage.
A mirage, yeah.
So when you look at yourself on the social, it's not you anymore. So you have this
Right.
image of something that's distorted that you can't even refer to. And it looks like it's even more lonely because now
Yeah.
you have nothing to refer to. See, I can refer to myself because I'm putting jokes or whatever. I'm the same. I show myself with no hair. I don't care.
What
I'm not
happened?
gonna- I drove with the windows open. Stupid. That was really stupid. I did like my dog.
Well, I like the idea of New Year's resolutions, but I thought about it a lot in December, and I thought, well, what should I resolve to do to change my life? And I thought, well, what am I going to do? I mean, to write every day. Well, I already write every day.
Right.
To improve my Spanish. Well, I'm already improving my Spanish. To
Change. You can change all your passwords. It's fun.
That's what I'll do.
But don't write them down.
Yeah, because I like to live dangerously. Yeah, with my memory, if I didn't write my passwords down, I write them all down, and I have a sheet of paper hanging on the front of my computer with all my passwords. Just in case anybody breaks in, I don't want them to have too much trouble getting in.
I don't want them to break my computer.
You know, it's like if you have a store, you leave your cash drawer open at night, so if somebody breaks in, they won't rip your cash register apart to see that the drawer is empty. So
I would leave it outside the store on an envelope.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
So, Jim, we have a new timing that we need to respect, right?
Yes.
And you're in charge of the time, so.
I am Father Time. So, a student asked once, what's your idea of a perfect Sunday? Now, I assume they mean by that, what do you eat on Sunday? What do you do? What do you do on Sunday?
You have no idea what they mean. So you are taking a direction right now. That's okay. First of all,
I made a resolution to read people's minds. So
I read only small minds.
Yeah. I read only fictional minds.
The funny thing is, Sunday, the restaurant people, we work.
Right.
So my ideal Sunday is not working. That's my ideal Sunday, right? So it's difficult. But yeah, I would say if I was not working, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Cook, but then that's what I do when I work. So I'm trapped into this cycle of I can't get out.
I tend to not work on Sundays because traditionally it's been the one day of the week that my wife and I both have off together. And it's not always true anymore, especially right now. We're kind of every day is a Sunday, but but for a long time that was our one day that we knew we could be together and do something. So I tried not to work on Sundays. So for me, Sundays were a thing. Of course, I spend most of the day in church, as you know, because I'm deeply religious. And by church, I mean the food market and the museum. And
that's what I was saying. All the atheists, they are looking. They want their place of how do you call when you go to church? You what do you do?
Oh, you pray, your place of worship. Yeah,
your place of worship. We need our place of worship. All the bars, we need to reopen those.
That's right. That's right.
The bar, the restaurants.
Maybe that's why so many people genuflect when they come into Cesar. They walk up to the bar and they say, "I'll have a scotch and soda." We usually like to cook dinner and actually sit down and light candles and pour wine. And we don't always do it. We're not always successful. I mean, we always cook dinner, but we don't always. Right. We also tend to do projects on Sunday. So
that's what I was thinking. So maybe that's a good time to do meal planning, to do your meal for the week. A lot of people do that.
We tend to do things on Sunday like paint and do yard work, and so by the time the end of the day comes around, we don't necessarily feel like setting a table and doing a nice thing. We definitely have dinner, but it's usually much more informal.
Right.
But
that's a good time to do meal planning, and it doesn't take long. It's a good organization, but that also means the rest of the week you're really relaxed, and that counts. So yes, you lose your Sunday, but right now, who cares? But you could spend 2 or 3 hours putting the whole week together, and then you're all done, and you put your boxes by day. Monday, Tuesday. There's another day in between. I forgot. And then
they're all the same now.
Right. Any day that finishes in Y, and then you have your whole week all prepared, and it's super good because it's super the stress needs to go away.
Yeah.
At any level. So whatever you need to do to remove that stress for now, you need to do it. If it's cooking a little bit for Sunday, you don't have to cook a lot, but let's say you can make a bunch of veggies that you can eat with a lot of different protein during the week. You make a giant salad, not the salad with greens, but a salad with stuff that lasts for the week. So that's cabbage, carrot, all the hard, green beans, that will last for a week, and then you change it next week. But you have a base of food that you can count on, that you can always eat. You have a piece of fish, chicken in the freezer if you want to, so you don't have to think and worry when you need to eat something healthy, which is super crucial right now. There's no alternative but eating healthy.
That's right.
No more fake food. No more fake food. No more processed food. This is it. This year is going to be, we're going to see who eats well, because people get sick, and if you have a good body and a healthy body, you have much less chances. Your immune is here for you, right?
That's right. It's the important thing is to keep your immune system strong, keep your muscles toned, keep your mind active. It's all one. It's all one system, and you can't focus on one thing and ignore everything else. And we also prepare proteins. We'll poach a bunch of chicken.
Right, exactly.
Have cold chicken in the fridge, or we'll roast a chicken and then put half of it away for later. And we do things like that, which is I love to do, because if you have some chicken or some braised pork or something in the fridge, you can make tacos in a matter of minutes.
I mean, a brisket.
It was really good.
Shoulder, how much is that?
Yeah.
Like $4 a pound or whatever.
Yeah.
Something really good. It's nothing. You get a big one, you braise that for 4 or 5 hours, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're not cooking that, it's just going. And then you have tons of protein done. You package it, you put the date, and you have like meat for
probably
weeks.
The next, definitely, right? For the week. And then you can make tacos, you can make a really tasty omelet in the morning. You can even put it on a salad, all kinds of stuff. Yep. So we do a lot of that, doing protein in advance. We don't so much prepare food for the week as we will always make a dinner with leftovers in mind. People talk about leftovers. Well, we plan to have leftovers. Yes. We cook more than we know we're going to eat, the two of us.
Exactly.
And then we'll transform it into something else the next day, or sometimes even the next day after that.
That's what the stew are. All the stews that we make at home are recycled stuff. They just that's why it's very difficult to make a recipe sometimes, because really I go to the fridge and put stuff in the pot. If I'm lazy, I'm just going to put water, bring it to a boil, simmer. If I'm a little bit more into cooking, I'm going to saute my onion, then maybe flavor that, and then add. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always easy. It's always recycling. You don't buy food specifically for a recipe. I mean, I know we do, because we have a recipe. But normally, if you make a stew or a soup, it's whatever you have.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes we've made soups, like really thick soups, that get really reduced, and we'll put them away, and the next day or the day after that, Sydney will take them and throw it into a stir fry. So, so the next time we eat it, we don't even eat it as soup. We eat it and then we put it over rice or something, or some.
So it becomes a sauce, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I mean, first of all, it saves money, because
lots of money.
Because you just, I mean, vegetables are cheap anyway, but if you can extend them for several meals, if you can extend your protein.
No, it's super cheap. You can eat, remember, James, I was doing this class, I don't know if you remember, 10, 12 years ago, I was working with homeless. Teaching homeless how to eat. And we go to the store and we give them $10 each. Do you remember that time? It's a long time ago. And I
remember you were doing it.
And we used to give them $10 each to go shop, and they come back and they show us.
Then you'd never see them again.
Right. So it's okay, because every week we have a new one.
You never ran out of homeless people, did you?
No. And then they'd come back and show us what they bought, and we had to go back with them and show them that that's not good. So they would buy all fried food in chips and stuff like that. And so, okay, if you really want that, I'm going to show you how to make fried okra.
Mm-hmm.
but don't buy the fried okra. It's super expensive. It's all this damage. You don't know what's happened. I say fried is not good, but let's say you want fried okra. Let me show you how to do them.
Yeah.
Way better, super cheaper.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's the thing that people don't realize is that and that's, everybody's buying food to go since they've been in lockdown. And gosh, I couldn't afford to buy takeout food every day. It's really expensive.
Some people, they make money because they have a salary, and the rest of us, we don't. But there's a lot of people that he still have their salary and nothing has moved, so they have money. They're fine. It's I mean, there's lots of people.
We talk about people that maybe don't have as much education or experience, and that they eat a lot of bad food. But I even used to have people come into César, and they would order 4 things, and every single one of them was either fried or came on bread.
That's because they don't get to do that at home, James. It's different.
I suppose. When
you go to a restaurant, you do stuff. You pick stuff that is fun, right? And fried food is the number one because you don't fry food. It's fun. I mean, French fries are awesome.
I never make French fries at home, even though they're not hard to make, but I just never do it.
I mean, it's not that easy either. To make good French fries, no, it's because you have to pre-cook them and then you have to choose a good oil. So it's not easy.
Yeah, it's time consuming. It's a lot of oil that then you have to do something with.
You have to blanch them first. Cook them at 300 degrees. Let them cool, and then you can fry them. But you have to cook them. You have to cook the fries first.
Right.
And that has to be done the right way and exactly
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So speaking of cooking, we have another question, and it's an interesting question because it sparks a lot of controversy. Should you wash your chicken? I say only if you're taking that chicken out to a nice restaurant, then you should wash her. Otherwise, just leave her alone.
Yeah.
There are some cultures that's a thing, but
the answer is no. This is actually, and the reason I'm saying that is it's not open to discussion. It's those are the FDA and FDA regulations.
Yeah, it's a bad thing to do.
Right. So we've done some training for a while ago. I trained chefs from Alameda County for schools. The schools, because they switched from real food from frozen. Before that, there was all frozen boxes. So the chefs, cooks, had no experience in cooking at all. They would just take the boxes, put them in those microwave or those ovens.
Right.
Now they have to cook. And one of the biggest misconceptions, they would get their chicken and they will wash them. And you cannot wash them. And the big training was to make sure they understand that you cannot wash your chicken. If you do that, first of all, it's going to cook really poorly because it's going to be wet. So to roast that is going to be impossible. Also, when you put water on chicken, the bacteria goes everywhere, and it goes everywhere on your sink. It's extremely dangerous. So no, you do not wash your chicken. And if the chicken stinks, the washing is not going to do anything to that.
Right. If it's a bad chicken, it's a bad chicken. And I think people think that, I'm washing off all the germs and the salmonella or whatever.
That's why you put salt. That's why
you use salt. And that's also why you use, 350 degree ovens. Is it kills whatever's bad on the surface of that chicken. It makes the chicken safe to eat.
The salt and black pepper is the first one page. And spices. That's what they do.
Yep.
So that's why you always salt, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about it. If the meat stinks, I hope that you're not eating that. No, but seriously, it's
Yeah, I know.
It's like, or try to wash it. No. That's it. Done. If it stinks, it's.
Yeah, I brought home some fish once, and I won't say where I got it.
Fish is tricky because
I opened it up and most of it was okay, but there was like 3 fillets. And one of the fillets was just rank.
Yeah. And then you have that smell here, and you can't even. Right.
It made me so sick after I ate it. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't eat it.
Fish is a little bit different. Some people wash their fish. I've seen that in restaurant when the fish is a little bit smelling, not bad, but smelly like the plastic. When you put the fish in plastic, it will stink.
Uh-huh.
Some chefs, I've seen that rinsing the fish. I think it's a bad idea personally, but I've seen it. I've seen the fish being washed because it does have a pellicule of something on, kind of a slime on top, and it doesn't mean it's bad. So you could wash the fillet and dry them really well if you go on very low pour, not a lot of water, very, very
Right.
light. So the water doesn't splash everywhere, and you can try that. So I've seen it done, and for the fish, what you want to do, if it smells a little bit, it smells a little bit, not too crazy, that means that's on the plastic. And you can wash them a little, leave it out for a few minutes, and then smell it again. It should smell much less or none. If it still smells, it's inside. It's something you can't do. You have to throw it away.
Right.
There's nothing you can do. If the meat smells, there's nothing you can do. No stewing, nothing. Because those are toxins that cannot be cooked. So the heat will not do anything to it.
Right. And a good tip, if you are buying your food from if you're buying your food online and having it delivered to your house, and I know this because my son-in-law brought over some fish 1 week because we were going to have a dinner. So he said he would buy the fish from their service, and they bought some meat and they bought some fish and they brought it over. And when I opened up the fish, they'd had it for like a day, and it wasn't bad.
Right, exactly.
So I told him, I said, look, from now on, if you get fish from them, as soon as you get it, open it up, take it out of that plastic.
That's what I do.
And put it in a dish and cover it. And if you're not going to cook it right away, at least get it out of that wrapping, because it's just not going to improve.
And the plastic is going to merge, because fat is oily, plastic is oily, and a lot of time they merge. So they exchange some really disgusting stuff.
Yeah.
So what you want to do, actually, the best way to do that is get your fish. That's what I do when I take my fish. I get my fish. I get a parchment paper, right? And I'm gonna fold it in two. I'm gonna get my tray. It depends how much fish, of course. But let's say I get a lot of fish. If I get a small one, I do a small one. And what I do this. I take my fish out of the plastic, and that goes in the fridge. You cannot keep fish more than a day.
No.
Fodd! Oh my God.
Fodd.
How are you, man?
You get what you pay for. That's true. You do get what you pay for.
Yeah, sometimes you don't get it because it doesn't come. You still pay. Oh yeah, Fodd, you must know about fish. Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
But fish is really good if it's kept like this. You can keep it in the fridge. It will dry. It will stay really nice and fresh, and it won't stink. Also, another way is to put oil. Yes.
Know your source. Know your fishmonger. Know where you buy your fish, and get a place that you can rely on, that is consistently good, that has consistently fresh fish. There's nothing better than fresh fish, but fresh fish does not stay fresh very long. So
no, it doesn't.
You can keep a steak around for a couple days. You can even keep a chicken in the fridge for a couple days. Even the chickens, we take it out of if it comes wrapped in plastic, we take it out of that immediately. We just put it in a stainless steel bowl and
so I would
let it dry out a little bit.
Cook your protein right away.
Yeah.
And then keep it. And then it will keep really a long time. That's the difference. See, you save your meat, you cook it, you can half cook it if you want to. I don't see the point, but just cook it. That it will keep. It will keep really well because it won't destroy. There's no bacteria can go in there. It will take a long time for them to get bad again.
Right. And when you open a bottle of wine, just drink it right away. Don't wait around. Just drink that wine.
I was trying to explain, in a recipe, I removed that, but I put in the recipe leftover wine. and someone asked me, what is leftover wine?
What's that?
Like, what is that? I'm like, oh yeah, right. So let's put wine. What is leftover wine? Where do I get that? I have to buy a special.
I will open a bottle of wine to cook with, and then I'll drink it
Yeah,
I'll drink
exactly.
whatever's left. But yeah, we never have leftover wine. I shouldn't say never. I mean, but occasionally if we've had a dinner party and we've gone through a lot of bottles, we might have a half a bottle something left. But I just drink it the next day, or I put it in a cooked dish or something. But yeah,
So,
yeah,
James, we're almost done. We are done. I
yes,
think we should have Friday one, whenever you can to go
yes.
on.
Let's
Show
have
us something.
Frode on the show again. He can talk to us about fish.
Fish and why fish is from the North Sea or this crazy
Yes.
platform in the ocean. I want to see that again.
Yeah. Fish from cold water is good. All right. So that's our show today. We'll be back next week. This is our new format. We're half an hour. We've got some plans down the road. We might do some things differently, but we'll be here every Monday. We know who you are now, so make sure you tune in. Otherwise, you're going to hear from us.
You're gonna get an email from us.
That's right. That's
Hey,
right.
what's going on?
So
Friday,
thanks for joining us, and Happy New Year, everyone. And
4 days
don't be
in
afraid of
Norway.
your kitchens.
4 days in Norway. Yeah, good to see you,
Yes,
man.
he's up in the North Sea between Norway and Scotland, I think.
All right, done. Bye bye.